Los Angeles, 1947. A city booming with dreams, money, and the glamour of Hollywood. But behind the neon lights and the silver screen lurked a darkness that would give birth to one of the most haunting, unsolved crimes in American history. This is the story of Elizabeth Short, a young woman nicknamed by the press as the Black Dahlia, whose brutal death became a symbol of Hollywood's darkest secrets. Elizabeth was just 22. She came to Los Angeles chasing what many dreamed of in those years: stardom. She was vibrant, social, and always dressed to impress. Friends described her as kind but mysterious. But Elizabeth's story wasn't of fame, it was of tragedy. On January 15th, 1947, a mother and her young daughter were walking along a quiet street in South Los Angeles. What they saw would shock the city forever. A woman's body, severed in half at the waist. The skin was pale, the body carefully posed. There was no blood at the scene, as if the killer had meticulously drained it somewhere else. This wasn't just murder, it was something far more calculated. The media descended instantly. Elizabeth Short was quickly branded the Black Dahlia, a name inspired by a movie playing in theaters at the time, The Blue Dahlia. The city was captivated. Headlines screamed of gruesome details. Reporters painted Elizabeth as everything from a rising starlet to a mysterious femme fatale. But behind the sensationalism was a young woman whose life ended far too soon. The Los Angeles Police Department launched one of the largest investigations in its history. Hundreds of detectives worked the case. Suspects ranged from boyfriends to Hollywood insiders. But leads went nowhere. Letters, allegedly from the killer, were mailed to newspapers, taunting the police. One even included Elizabeth's personal belongings. The killer wanted attention, and they got it. Over 150 suspects were questioned. Doctors, actors, soldiers, even women. But no one was ever charged. Theories spread like wildfire. Some believed Elizabeth was caught up with the wrong crowd. Others suspected a connection to underground Hollywood parties. And darker theories suggested she was the victim of a sadistic surgeon. Elizabeth's murder revealed something larger than just a crime. It showed the underbelly of a city obsessed with beauty, youth, and fame. Her story became a reflection of Los Angeles itself, a place where dreams and nightmares often walk hand in hand. Decades have passed. Books, films, and countless theories have tried to answer the same haunting question: who killed the Black Dahlia? But to this day, the case remains unsolved. Elizabeth Short's murder is not just a story of violence. It is a story of how society turns tragedy into spectacle. Her name became legend, but her voice was lost. Elizabeth Short was more than a headline, more than the Black Dahlia. She was a daughter, a friend, a young woman who wanted more out of life. And perhaps remembering her not as a mystery, but as a human being, is the closest thing to justice she will ever receive.